It's like I opened a window and I said, walk in. When walk in, you ask for what you believe you deserve. You show up for yourself and you decide. 6 figures is what I'm here for. Insecurities are your superpower. Love on them and light up your whole life. Insecurities make us curious. Insecurities force us to do what? Define our value for ourselves. Define our value for ourselves. Talking about the thing that you create inside of you that will always be your home. On a good day, on a bad day, on a great day, you got you. Worthy women, worthy, worthy. My loves, I'm sending all the love in the world to you. I'm so grateful you are here. I am so grateful you are here. How's your day going? How are you feeling? Are you feeling good where you are? Are you feeling secure in yourself? Are you celebrating all the things that you are doing for yourself? If you are not doing that, take a minute, take a moment, and do that now. Do that now. Because you are bringing yourself to another day tomorrow, another moment, another breath. You may be thinking about putting together the celebratory packages for your customers, the new recipe. You may be thinking about a launch for your company, your business. You may be, working on through busy season. Some of the corporate women, I know how it is. Been there. You're working through busy season. Tax season is coming up. You're working through all of that. You're just helping your kids and it's February. Oh my gosh, it's another month. And sometimes a lot of our insecurities come up. A lot of our insecurities come up that have always been there. And that's why I wanted to have this live. I wanted to have this live for you. And I'm so grateful you are here. I am so grateful you're here. We are worthy women, worthy of all our desires. I remember when I was a kid back in the day. I got a little story time. Back in the day, I remember, I don't know if Dee's going to remember this, but my cousin Deidre, yes. She used to come over by my house, 5 steps from her house to my house, her grandmother's house to my house. And I remember one day I told her, girl, I counted, I got 23. And Dee has a way of screwing up her face like you see that look here, like she's thinking, before she even says the words, she's thinking, oh my, what the hell are you talking about? 23. 23 meant I counted 23 things from the top of my head to my waist that I did not like about myself. Let's say it again. 23 things, according to me, were my 23 package of insecurities. And I remember telling her I quit counting because I was getting too depressed. Or I may not have said depressed, but I was feeling low. I said I quit at 23 because it was too much. I've not even done half of my body from my head to my waist, but I had 23. And those 23 insecurities did what to me? According to me, they were insecurities because they didn't look, nobody else had them. Only me. When I look at my other cousins, I'm like, Dee didn't have them, Vicky didn't have them, Tracy didn't have them, Heather didn't have them, nobody had them. My mom didn't have them. So according to me, I decided that I was less than because my body told me, my mind told me, it's a bad thing, I'm different, I'm weird. And that insecurity, can I tell you? That insecurity became my mood. So I was miserable, grump for the rest of the day, yes. And then over time, it became my personality. Miserable who'd never smiled, it's the truth. Didn't really smile much because I was dealing with some other stuff. So it compounded, the childhood insecurities compounded and compounded and compounded. And they became who I was, what I thought about myself, what I felt about myself. It spilled over into my personal life. Of course, because you are your home. You are your home. If this is resonating with me, if you have insecurities and they have lived with you so long that they become who you are, who you be, who you show up as in the world, put a 1 in the comment. If you feel what I'm saying, put a 1 in the comment because this is the real that many of us don't talk about. And this channel, Rebel for a Spell, and me, when you're a healing coach, I'm going to give it to you, honey. I'm going to give it to you front, line, and center. Sekina, how are you, my loves? You're talking about insecurity. We're talking about insecurities because we all have them. We all have them. So I told my cousin D, I have 23 insecurities. And those 23 insecurities, what I didn't like about myself, and I can call them out right now. Back then I had a lot more marks on my legs because, I talk about it plainly on my channels, on my YouTube, Instagram here, Facebook, was beaten a lot when I was a kid. You call it physical abuse, you call it, hey, that's how you were brought up. I'm not a victim, honey. Let's clear this up before anybody misunderstand why I'm sharing. No victim here, baby. I am a warrior, worthy. So I had a lot of marks on my legs, get bullied about that. According to me, my teeth were all jacked up because I used to jump on my mom's bed, so one of my front teeth was broken up. I started getting breastises. You know what breastises? Titties. And one of my titties, let's tell the damn truth, currently is smaller than the other one. So according to me, because one of my titties was much smaller than the other, and I'm wearing a bathing suit. I don't know if you can tell. So the same titties are here on parade because this is who I am. And that's what I want to share this life with you, to give you the power to realize that the insecurities that you think you have are really your superpower. And that's what I had to learn the hard way. So that's according to me. I just gave you a handful, honey. That 23. We ain't got all that time on this live. So according to me, that's what it was. So that became my personality. So how I showed up in the world was how I felt about myself. I felt I was less than. So guess what happened? When I went to apply for jobs, I moved to the US, I applied for jobs, I wouldn't even think about asking for more or researching properly to make sure that I was going to be paid for what I was worth. So what did I do? I left money on the table. Money on the table because I had already decided before anybody said anything, I was less than. I was not worthy of this big dollar amount that I knew some of my coworkers were getting. I had already decided. So that's what happens. When we become the feelings we have memorized in our body, we repeat, re-recite, re-rehearse. We rehearse those feelings so much that they become who we become. Sad, shameful, guilty, lonely, depressed, envious, self-defeating feelings. All of that live within us. Why? Because that's how we trained ourselves to believe if you are different, if there's something about you that's different from the other person, it's a bad thing. And so we beat ourselves up. We shame ourselves into believing that we are not enough. And it spills over in the relationships we have. Ended up with whom? Somebody who mistreated you, unkind to you in your relationship. Ended up with whom? A boss who speaks down to you, treats you like a toddler. Who gave him that access? Who gave him that authority to speak to you like you are a toddler? Are you ready for this? You are, my loves, because it's coming from a place of love, oceans of love. You gave him the authority, the right, the access to speak to you like a toddler by being the person who thinks they are less than because they're insecurities. You don't look like them. You don't speak like them. You think you're not smart enough. And I've had clients, they don't think they're smart enough, so that's how they show up in the world. I'm not smart enough. Yes, honey. There you go. One booby bigger than the other. That's normal. But see, this is why I do this, Abby's. A lot of women, we don't talk about this. Hey, Aileen, come on in here. A lot of women, it's human nature. Not only women, a lot of human beings, we don't talk about how many things, all the things that we go through to normalize it. We keep it in our heart, Abby. Women, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I speak so plainly about this thing here. Because your superpower of insecurity sets another woman free. Yes, it sets another woman free because the secrets that we keep inside our bodies, we think they're secrets, but they're spilling out. Everybody know your story. How do they know your story? They just look at your face. They look at the way you walk, the way you carry your body. They look at the way you treat yourself. They look at the way you speak about yourself. How do they know how you speak and think? Your energy, my loves. And I teach a lot of that in my mind-body healing 3-month private coaching program. Your energy that you send and emit to the world are the feelings and the emotional responses that you have trained yourself to believe and think and feel about you. And so the more we release that energy, the more we speak to ourselves about our insecurities, about the things that make us uncomfortable, guess what we're doing? We are learning a new skill. We are learning a new superpower. And you know what it's called? Bold, loving, self-acceptance. Put you first. Skill of courage. It's okay to be uncomfortable. But you have to start accepting, forgiving yourself for what you did not know you were doing to yourself. Insecurities are just information. And here's what I say. I am so happy that insecurities existed within me because they've helped me to be the person I am today. Why? How did I get here? I finally understood the purpose of insecurities. You ready for this? They're not bad and they're not good. They're just information to help me look closely at the things that make me uncomfortable. To help me look closely, yes, energy is real. To help me settle into all of who I am. You can't love your big titty and hate your small titty. I'm going to give it to you real. All of this makes you. All of this gives your son, your daughter life. All of this gives you energy. All of that serves a purpose. So we have to love all our insecurities and love on your insecurities more so that they become what? It's almost like you have a bank account when you're a kid and your mom give you $5 Christmas money and you keep putting that work in the insecurity. When you're 10 years, you put $5. Every month you put a little $5, and you bam, you hit 25. You're like, wow, I can afford a down payment for this, for that. That's what it does when you love on your insecurity, when you build that skill. When you build that skill, the same way you can go learn how to drive a car, the same way you can go to university and finish and study your high school work is the same way you got to love on your insecurities. Invest the time now. Invest the time, energy, and effort and believe you deserve it. Invest it now so that tomorrow, your future self, the woman you want to be making 7 figures, because shit, you deserve it. Hell, you deserve 7 figures. Not because nobody else in your family's done it. You can be that example. But you will not get there in your mind, in your heart, in your body if you're already telling yourself every day, well, that ain't for me. Only certain kind of people make that thing. As you know, I'm not smart enough, so I'm not going to get it. All of that is energy and reinforcement of unworthiness that you do for yourself. So while you and I are working hard, bringing in the money, working hard, raising the kids, believing we should get that 6-figure, 7-figure money coming into a business. And if we don't feel that we are worthy, that we deserve it, that we belong in the room of our soul just because, then you're not going to get it. You're not going to attract that power. You're not going to believe in that power. You're not going to take responsibility for doing all the mind-body healing work that I teach my clients in my one-on-one coaching program. You're not going to take responsibility because it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable to pursue this investment in yourself because you've never done it before. You've been relying on unworthiness. You've been relying on whatever people say your value and your worth is. I did it. I remember one of my jobs. I remember I was going for an interview, and for the life of me, I could not even imagine making more than, I don't know, maybe at the time it was $45,000. I thought that was so much. And as I grew into my self-acceptance and self-love, and I started loving on the marks on my legs, and I started working my mind and doing my mind-body healing and vibrational work to come into the present moment and say that you deserve that one. You deserve that because you are intelligent. There's nothing, who better than you should get this. I start to receive that grace and gratitude and love. And I was pushing out at the same time that low energy, the survival energy. And you know what I did maybe 2 jobs after that? I said, this is the number that I want, 6 figures. And this is the vacation that I want. Did I get everything I wanted? Absolutely not. But guess what I did? I gave myself permission. I gave myself permission. I gave myself space. It's like I opened a window and I said, walk in. Walk in. You ask for what you believe you deserve. You show up for yourself and you decide. 6 figures is what I'm here for. And I said it. And I wasn't attached to the number. I wasn't attached to whether or not the person was going to give it to me. I knew that that was my worth. So the person that was interviewing me was just somebody who could say yes or somebody who could say no. I had already said yes and I had already said no. Insecurities give us so much information. Insecurities keep us humble. Insecurities make us curious. Insecurities force us to do what? Define our value for ourselves. Define our value for ourselves. Nobody can do that for you. Nobody can do that for you. So this is why I say insecurities are your superpower, because here's what it forces you to do. Slow down, baby, and look inside. Slow down, baby, and feel the feelings that you're trying to avoid. Slow down, baby, and love on the parts of you that make you uncomfortable. She needs you. She needs you. The more power and strength and love and soothing that you put into yourself, that is your bank. That is your investment portfolio that will never, ever depreciate. That is your investment portfolio. That is your stock, that's your shares, that's your gold, that's your silver. That is your investment portfolio. That's wealth you're creating. It may not seem that way because there is a bias that we have bought into. You have, I have. Tell the damn truth. The bias says, unless you have an immediate reward, unless you have the compliment from homeboy over here, or the award, meaning a bonus from your job, or you sold out all your cookies in your bakery, or unless you sold out your coaching program, you have all your t-shirts are being sold, unless you get an immediate reaction, an immediate response from outside of you, everything you're doing doesn't matter. Everything you're doing doesn't matter. So my loves, we don't see the investment. We don't see the value in doing what? Nurturing, loving, soothing, caring for the parts of us that make us uncomfortable to the point where they are no longer uncomfortable. They are your favorite parts of yourself. Because in nurturing that, in nurturing those feelings of low self-worth, nurturing those feelings to become self-worth, nurturing those feelings to feel empowered, feeling safe inside your mind and your body, feeling like you can do the damn thing just because you can do the damn thing, guess what you're doing? Building wealth. Let's say it again. Building long-term wealth. Permanent wealth. I ain't talking about no job, you get a salary, you get a bonus, and they fire you when they feel like. I'm not talking about building a business where the economy tanks and so your sales tank and it cuts out on you like that. No. I'm talking about the thing that you create inside of you that will always be your home. On a good day, on a bad day, on a great day, you got you. That's why insecurities become your superpower. They are your home, and you cannot run away from your home. So if you walk into the room of your soul and you are feeling supported, you're feeling loved, you're feeling safe, even when you're stressed out, even when you're having a bad day, even when you're cheering on, running all over the house, driving you bananas, and you have already done the work of raising the level, the vibrational energy within your heart, within your soul, and you compassionately ease up the pressure and love yourself. That's it. That's the wealth I'm talking about. That's why it becomes superpower. But there's a bias, say it again, that you have, that I have, that says, unless you see an immediate results, unless somebody tells you, oh girl, you're cute, you don't get the value. You don't see and feel the value. And that's why we suffer. We don't want that for you. Hells to the no. I'm here for all my desires. Every last one of them. That's why I'm wearing a bathing suit, because I wanna. In winter. Why not? Who better than you? Who better than you should decide what you want and you worth? That's what we're here for, my loves. To change the game. To get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because in there is growth. In there is possibilities. In there is inspiration for another woman who may not have even thought about the possibility that it's okay and normal that you feel a little bit insecure, because that's the human experience. And so you use that as your value source. You use that as the next level. I have done it, my love. I have done it until I shifted out the feelings that were living in my body that were telling me, oh my gosh, my marks on my legs, I can't do this. Oh, I'm not smart enough because this was high school. Oh, my mother did this, so I can't. We're not victims. Done with that, all right? We are not victims, my loves. We are warriors, and we're moving forward. And that's what I help my clients with in my one-on-one coaching program, to normalize the fact that we are precious. We're not weird. Hey, hey, we are precious. And that's what we're here to do. We are here to embrace all our parts. We're here to learn more about ourselves. The person who has been our first friend, the person who will be our forever friend, we've got to get comfortable. We got to get uncomfortable to get to the next level. And that's what real love is. That's what real love, love, love for the lifetime, permanent love is. My loves, I hope this has touched your spirit. And I'm here for you always and forever. We're here back next Tuesday. If you want to learn more about my one-on-one coaching program, you send me a message right here on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, wherever you're looking at me right now. I'm so grateful you're here. Insecurities are your superpower. Love on them and light up your whole life. Financial success, if that's what you need. Relationship success, inner harmony with yourself, the moment you embrace and receive them. And I know it's a difficult journey, so that's why I created my mind-body healing method to help you on your way, because we are worthy.
Another video is waiting for you.
I'll
Check
see
it
you
out.
next week.
Check it out
Bye.
now.